howdy y'all, it's Shannon from Creative Chaos in Tennessee, and today I am back with another Off the Board with Pineapple Papers, and today is Scrap Lift Saturday, so I will pop the layout I am scrap lifting up on the screen. It is a Cocoa Vanilla design team. Mandy Melville created it. I absolutely love how bright it is, how it's kind of monochromatic. And I didn't do that with mine. But I love it. And I may actually scrap lift this one again. And I'm also combining this today with Mad About Mini paper pads. So it's about getting out your mini paper pads, 6x6, 6x8, 4x6, and use them up. Because they sometimes become a little unloved and forgotten about. So we want to use up what we have. So today, I ended up pulling out, I don't have much of it left, I have it in a baggie, Flora number 5, and you can tell I have just about did this one in. I don't have much at all left. I do have the stamp set and some ephemera that came with it. This was an Echo Park, the June 2022 card makers kit, and I've never even used these stamps. I don't even know if I will. But once I get this used up, I'll break all this apart and see what happens. So, I pulled some other scraps from my, just my scrap bin, for this cardstock and to back these, pictures with. These are pictures of me picking peaches, and it's a funny story. I'll tell it in a minute. And I am using this swap item that says Just Peachy. Trudy Scoggin made it. And I used print and cut on my Cricut, which I rarely do. I've done it like 3 or 4 times. But I printed out these peaches. It was a cut file. They're very delicate because it then cut them out for me. And so I like the way they look, but I didn't have any peach stuff other than this, so I thought, why not? Let's just make our own embellishments since I have the stuff. So you can see I cut down my pieces of paper, so I got a few little scraps left from that. So we're just going to lay this out. It's going to be really easy, really fast. I have already took and back these once with some cut aparts I wasn't going to use from another paper pad. And so we're just going to add on some of these papers just to mat it up again. So let's just do that. I really like how Mandy did that on hers, how she added all the other little extra layers. And I could totally just use a piece of this and save the rest for a page, but I am trying to use it up, so you know what, I'm just going to use it. Might as well. And it just gives it a little more depth. This is just a sheet from Hobby Lobby. I bought a bunch of these last time I was there. They're the 69-cent paper, so they're not super sturdy, but it's okay. It'll go into a sleeve and it'll be fine. So I'm just going to add my pictures on like this. I really like how she did hers on a white wood grain, and I do have a white wood grain, and I was like, eh. And I decided just not to use it and just do it with the brown. Because I do have the trees, the wood, you know, the brown from the trees in my pictures. So I thought, you know what, let's just do that. So these pictures were took a couple years ago. And I was at my ex-stepdad's house that I'm a caretaker for. He had called me and was like, hey, my peaches are ready. So-and-so that came by the other day ago went out there and picked some of them off, and they're really good, and you should come get them. The tree is loaded down. And he was like, and make me a peach cobbler. And I'm like, okay. So I get ready. I get all my stuff together, my ladder and my basket, and Brooke goes with me and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, you know, I haven't ever really went and picked peaches before, but I told Brooke, okay, take some pictures of me to scrapbook, because this could make a great page. Because, you know, I'm always thinking of that in mind. And so she takes pictures of me, and I climb up on the ladder and all that stuff. And then I get up there, and the tree from the ground looks like it really is full of peaches. Like it's just loaded down. So then I actually get up there, and they're all bad. Like they have some kind of bug or something in them. And I was so upset about it, because I had drove 30 minutes just to get to his house anyways, but I went down there just to find out that the peaches were no good. So I just wasted all my time and effort to do it. But I ended up getting like 3 peaches off the tree that was still edible. So I ended up just I left them down there for him to eat since they were off his tree. But he was very disappointed. And like I said, this was like 2 years ago. So then he did the same thing to me this year. He called me up and he was like, hey, my peaches are ready. And I'm like, are they any good? And he was like, yeah, you know, my friend that came by went out there and looked around and told me that they're good and all that. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll be down there. And so I go down there, me and Brooke, we load up all the stuff and we go down there again just to get down there. And like in the 2 days from the time the person picked some peaches off the tree for him to eat, she only picked a few off. But, and gave him those peaches, and he ate them. They were bad. Like, they were just bad. And I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on, but I'm like, you know what? I can't believe you. Whenever you call and say, come get peaches, because they're never good. So, that is the story of the peaches. I still have not picked any good peaches to be able to make a fresh peach cobbler. So I usually just end up buying them at the store or whatever, farmer's market around here. But yeah, it's just crazy. So I'm going to do my journaling here and tell my little story. Hopefully I have enough room to write in there. But I'm just going to put these peaches on. And like I said, these are very fragile. Some of them, the greenery broke on them because they're so delicate where it cut them. But I'm amazed that my Cricut actually cut that out, and it's so delicate and didn't eat up the paper or anything. So that's a plus, right? Oh, wrong way, wrong peach. Oops, and I did break it that time. Okay, this one goes up here just because of the way it's sitting. Because I did take the image and I reversed it so that one peach would be facing one way and one would be facing the other. So, cover up all my glue mess. Okay. And then this one I want to go down here on bottom. And I'm going to put it over top of this since it kind of, I mean, it matches, but it don't. But I'm just going to lay that over top of it. And just kind of build a little cluster. I like it. That's the beauty of swaps. Once you get them, they are yours. And you know, until I started watching Ginger and heard her say that, I had never, not one single time, thought to alter a swap in any way. Like, I was just like, well, that don't really fit with what I'm doing. Not gonna do that. You know, but after I started watching Ginger, she was like, once you get the swap, it's yours. You can do whatever you want with it. You can color it. You can change it. Whatever you need to do to make it work for you to use on your layout so that it's not just being hoarded, so that you're actually, you know, using it. And I thought, oh, wow. Like, woo. And then all kinds of possibilities opened up. So I say that just to say, don't be afraid to change things up, and so that they fit you and your style and your layout. Because, you know, that's the beauty of swaps. We're all different. We all have different materials. We have different styles and all that stuff. But you don't want to have to hold on to something that's pretty but doesn't fit the way you scrapbook, or doesn't fit your style, or whatever. You know, you want to be able to use the items. So don't be afraid, change it up. Alright, so put those on foam, and that's going to be my layout. It was that easy. So like I said, I'm going to journal here, and I'll look up the date. I think this was 2022. But definitely go over and check out everyone else playing along with Off the Board, and check out the Mad About Mini Paper Pad playlist, or links. I don't know if it has a playlist. Probably at least the links below for everyone else playing along. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you're not a subscriber, I would love to have you so that you don't miss anything. And until next time, bye y'all.